ladies and gentlemen. As some of you may know, a building caught on fire downtown Shreveport last night. It was the building that was in between the Blind Tiger, or next door to Blind Tiger, Chicago. It was that rundown building when you're coming over Texas Street Bridge from Bossier side. That one right there at the foot of the bridge on the, I guess that'd be the north side, that the back half of the building had collapsed in, and you could see, you know, all the rafters or whatever. It caught on fire yesterday, and it is a complete loss. Here is video of the fire that courtesy of Facebook, and as you can see, it is rolling. It is a big old fire that, I mean, all that old, whatever was in there, old wood, old material, it lit up and did not care, and it took off. Kudos to the Shreveport Fire Department for coming in and taking care of it with minimal damage to the surroundings, you know, keeping other buildings from catching on fire, anybody else getting hurt. I was listening today, there was about 40 people eating at the Blind Tiger that had to be evacuated. I'm sure that was interesting. But as you can see here from the aftermath footage, this video is, or this building is a complete loss. It is, you know, bricks in the parking lot. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be a complete loss if somebody came and gathered up all these bricks and made a pathway, or, you know, built some fireplaces, or, you know, maybe some dog houses. I don't know. But this building is done for. It will never be anything ever again, as you can see. I did hear on the radio this morning that there was some money allocated for it, that somebody was supposed to be doing something, but unfortunately they didn't. Either they didn't have a plan in place, or maybe they couldn't get the money together. I don't know. I did hear Liz Swain talk about how, you know, detrimental it was and how sad it was. And as sad as it may be, that building, in my opinion, was an eyesore. I don't think anybody was ever going to actually do anything with that building. I could be wrong. But I mean, whoever bought it 4 years ago and didn't clean the trash out of it, didn't try to block up any of the holes from, you know, from what I'm seeing, from what I'm hearing, and didn't try to do anything with it. Could be wrong there, but at the end of the day, that building is gone. It will never be anything, and hopefully they'll get it all cleaned up sooner rather than later, so that way it's not just, you know, an eyesore of a burnt down, burnt out building that's just laying over on its side. When I was by there today looking at it, the columns that were inside that seemed to be like the support for the second floor were very interesting. You know, I'd be willing to bet that really was a neat building back in the day. But I mean, again, the roof collapsed in years ago and nobody's done anything with it. It's been getting rained in, you know, slept in, and obviously somebody was cooking or trying to smoke some crack or something in it last night. Because I really doubt there was any kind of utilities on in that building. If I had to guess, I mean, that building's been empty, I mean, for 30 something years, maybe even longer. I don't remember there being anything in it back in the day when I worked at Deja Vu, and that's been, I mean, 20 years in itself right now. And then when that roof collapsed a few years, I'd say that roof collapse happened at least 10 years ago, if not more. So I find it hard to believe that anybody was going to be doing anything with it. I'm not sad about it. Not really. I'll be sad about it if they don't clean it up. But hey, look, man, this is a good example of why we need to take care of our crumbling infrastructure and the old buildings that are falling apart downtown, or even, you know, throughout the city. We need to get those things dealt with, either occupied or torn down. I mean, because how different would this discussion be if the Blind Tiger would have caught on fire because of it? That is an iconic restaurant and an iconic location, and it's been around. I don't even know how long the Blind Tiger's been around. I could have probably done some research and answered that. But the Blind Tiger has been around for a very long time. And if that building would have caught the Chicago building and would have caught the Blind Tiger on fire, we'd be having a completely different conversation. And that's the kind of stuff that will happen if we don't start taking care of our city. So, you know, if any of you guys out there watching this video want to come to Shreveport and take a look at some of our old infrastructure that we have that's for sale, that's for rent, that's, you know, needed to be renovated. We do have some rich heritage here, and we do have some really nice buildings. I know if I could afford one, I would have one. Very specifically, the old McDonald's downtown, the old Bocce. If I had the $260,000 to buy that building and be able to do something with it, I would have already done it. That building has meant something to me since I was a kid. My dad and I used to go to the McDonald's downtown, and once a year during the summertime, summer break, we would ride the bus. We'd end up downtown, we'd eat at that McDonald's, and we'd just kind of walk around like we lived in a big city. And I remember doing that when I was a little guy, but they were building the new part of the big tall building downtown, the C&B building. They were building the new, 25, 26 story portion of that. And then we also did it when they brought the casinos in. I remember going to Harrah's when they first opened. We ate at that McDonald's, went to Harrah's, ended up getting me some dice and some playing cards. But it's just, memories rattling around in my head. Unfortunately, a building did burn down in Shreveport yesterday. Fortunately, nobody was injured. Thank you, everybody, for watching this episode of All Around Shreveport. Hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends. Email us. If you've got something you want to talk about, email us. If you want to come on the show, email us. If you have some type of event that you want us to share, I'm going to start putting out, I think on Tuesdays is going to be the what's coming up this week, like as far as high school football, comedy shows, music, forums, mayoral forums, elections, blah, blah, blah. We're trying to keep a running tab on that kind of stuff and try to shove it all in one place. I know you can go to 99X or 98 Rocks and do the gig guide. I believe if you just Google search 98 Rocks gig guide, it should kick up. Or you can use Google itself and type in events near me, and it'll kind of break it down from, day, week, month. So again, finally, that's been this episode. We appreciate it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, tell your friends, email us all that stuff I talked about, and we will see you next time. Thanks, guys. Gals.